I'm Bradley Stearsman.
And I'm Debbie Stearsman, and we live next door to this home in the model home. We moved here about 3 summers ago. In total, I've lived in Owensboro for about 15 years, and this is actually my 4th and final home that I plan on living in.
Amen.
To me, there's no comparison in what we've done.
No chance.
We've
not even close.
We've moved together 3 times, and this experience in moving has been absolutely the best and the easiest to do.
And stayed together in the 3 moves, which is even better. I'm a lifelong resident, so I'm familiar with the Jagoe family. Debbie saw in the paper approximately 4 years ago a new community being developed by the Jagoe, and I said, well, I'll tell you what, we always enjoy Parade of Homes. Let's go to Parade of Homes and go take a look at this. And we walked into our current home, and said, this is it. We were truly amazed with the quality, the construction. One of the better decisions we've made. A good long-term decision. Very pleased.
I feel safe. I feel like I'm at home. I feel comfortable. I like my neighbors.
Love them.
Never really lived in a community where I knew my neighbors very well. I'm from Indiana, and I lived in several homes in Indiana before I came here with my children. And I'm not home that much because I travel a lot. And when I came home at night, sometimes I would be a little bit uneasy about coming into the house. And coming here, you turn into the driveway and you see the beautiful lake lit up in front with the fountain, and then I see all the lights on the houses, and it's just so inviting, and it just feels like home.
As a side note, what I like is I don't have to mow the grass or put out mulch anymore. That makes me very happy.
I always thought, someday we're going to build a house in Florida, and it's going to look like this. And now we feel like we're living in our watercolor home
we are.
in Owensboro.
Owensboro.
That's what we tell everybody. We don't have to build down there anymore.
No,
we're just living
we're
in
here.
it now. Well, I don't think there is a comparison at all. The customer service, the attention,
quality.
Every employee that we've met, from the salespeople, the corporate people, down to the people that have come and just worked on our house for some reason, if we added something or changed something and they came, the pride they had in what they were doing, I mean, that's reflected in the Jagoes and what the entire Jagoe family has to offer their employees. And you can just see it in their faces when they're talking to you.
The light that comes in, the natural light, it gives it a larger appearance. Open concept with the lighting, natural light is what I enjoy the most.
Mm-hmm. We had very few issues, but I mean, I was amazed. We were in a home prior where we moved in. They're new. Before we came here, I won't name the builder or where we lived, but we had issues at different times, and we ended up, for the most part, just hiring someone and taking care of them ourselves.
Yeah.
We had difficulty getting them to come in and follow through. So when we moved here, I was a little bit, at first, right after we closed, I thought, oh gosh, not that we found anything, but I thought, I hope we don't, because I don't want to go through that again. But it was just minor things, and all I had to do, of course, a big fan of texting, email, and not having to call people, was Cheryl Judd. I mean, I would send an email that morning, and before I would get, I work at Evansville. Before I got to work, the people were at the door saying, "Are you home?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not even here yet." So they were just that fast coming to fix it. It was remedied that day.
Within a 24-hour period, I have never seen anything like this. It's truly unreal.
I can remember in a snowstorm, we had an issue with our fireplace. We'd been there our first winter, and I was having trouble with the pilot light, so I called. Cheryl said, I'll get somebody there. And I remember it snowed horribly.
Friday morning.
And they showed up
from
and
Evansville,
put a whole new unit in and had everything done before noon. And I was like, I was just amazed.
Drove from Evansville to do this.
And fixed it.
Unreal.
I think some of the fun things about living in this community is, for the most part, we're all of a certain age in our lives, and we watch out for each other. And we've become friends, people that I literally didn't know, because we have block parties, and our block parties they may be every month, they could be every other month, but the whole family's, welcome. We've met children and grandchildren. We have a lot in common. And so I feel safe that if Brad has to travel, or if I have to travel, that we're sort of watching out for each other in that house. And another thing I like is when I go somewhere and have to fill out my address, they'll say, you live at 1738 Celebration Circle. That sounds like a great place. And I'm like, yes.
Oh, it is.
And every house is named after a wine. That makes it even better. I think
Oh,
our home
yes.
is very
Oh,
energy
gosh.
smart. I
Yeah.
mean, there is never a draft. It's always cool
No.
in the summer. It's warm in the wintertime. The fireplace helps that. And, you know, they're large homes. We have an upstairs. We have grandkids over a lot, kids over a lot. They stay up there. They play. And we've never, I mean, it is always very comfortable in the house. Very comfortable. I don't, the bills, you'd have to ask him because he typically pays them. The difference in the bills.
Very cost effective. Very cost effective. Adjusting the thermostat, whether summer or winter, within just a short time, that the temperature is moderated. So, unreal.
Well, and when anyone is looking for a home, I mean, I work in Evansville, so obviously Jagoe's in Newburgh, Evansville, Hopstock, several of the places I go, and you know, people ask where I live, and I tell them, and they'll say, you know, where is that at? And I say, it's a new Jagoe community. And they always recognize the name, recognize the quality. Many of them live in those homes, and I would never recommend another builder to anyone. If I could move my whole family in this neighborhood and have them have a Jagoe home, it would be absolutely.
It was so efficient. Again, I go back to that word efficiency. I don't even remember. It was just like bang, it's done. Let's go.
Yeah, the process was extremely easy.
Financing.
We were
all of
able
this.
to get in the house and hang, you know, the curtains and pictures, etc., and move plates.
Prior to
Literally
closing.
right as closing, and then the day we closed. We had a mover come, and we moved in, and we were like, we were
Wow.
in there,
Boom.
and it was great. And the process, the salespeople were wonderful. They continue to be wonderful. We've built relationships with them, and they are now our friends, and we enjoy them. And we would recommend any of the salespeople to our friends and family.